The parliamentarians urged the president to reject the bill based on its sheer contravention of the Supreme Law, specifically Article 34, maintaining that its enactment shall be in retrogression to the strides made in freedom of expression.
We acknowledge that there are several parts of the bill that stakeholders in the media industry are comfortable with, sections that deal with fines and the choice of the appeal tribunal.
Asked why they didn't oppose the draconian bill on the floor of the House, the young parliamentarians pleaded seclusion, adding that the modus operandi in the 11th Parliament has left most of them in the cold.
So you find most of us in various committees are out doing committee business when there's also parliamentary business that's going on in the floor. That is why half the time you find that there are only 20 members of parliament, not because others are having tea, but it's because they're engaged in committee business, which is not visible to members of the public, but are elsewhere within the precincts of parliament.
Elsewhere, the Editors Guild expressed their displeasure with the legislators, whom they fault for shortchanging them by not putting into consideration their input.
Some of the consultations have not reached any concurrence. We've not agreed with what they are telling us from the government side, from the Ministry of Information, from the AG's office.
The Editors Guild and the Kenya Correspondents Association further avowed that they shall fight the bill to the bitter end, including considering legal channel if need be.
KCA views the bill as retrogressive, as draconian, as impractical, as undemocratic.
And we will fight on newsprint, we will fight on airwaves, we will fight on the digital platforms until the last standing journalist goes down.
To this end, they have appointed Senior Counsel Paul Mwite to represent them in the court in the event that the president assents to the bill. The two media stakeholders further read ill motive behind the bill, cautioning the public against being duped by the parliamentarians who seem to nurture a hidden agenda under the pretext of ensuring that the press is responsible.
The tribunal is allowed to fine the journalists up to 1 million Kenya shillings. How many journalists earn even up to 50 or 100 Kenya shillings?
The Kica bill that has attracted a widespread uproar in the country is currently with the president, and among other things, it proposes the formation of a communication and multimedia appeals tribunal that shall be appointed by the cabinet secretary and shall have powers to slap media outlets and journalists with hefty fines. Okachi, GBS News.